I'm always quite concerned. One thing that does concern me in the pro-Israel and pro-Jewish kind of policy within Germany is the free speech implications. So I think Holocaust denial is illegal in Germany.
It is.
It's illegal to say quite a lot of things in Germany, and I think this is a mistake because it means that people saying those kinds of things are driven away from respectable. They're already on the fringes of respectable circles, but they're
Sure.
driven away from saying this in any context in which they could be persuaded out of it. And also, I generally think it's good to have the information. It's good to know what people are thinking. And you can't stop them from thinking it by preventing them from saying it. Therefore, better to allow them to say it so you can know the extent of the problem and tackle it. That would be my view. How do you feel about that kind of legislation yourself?
Right. It's a tricky one because, well, as you know, I'm very much in favor of free speech, verging on free speech absolutism. And what you just said would be an argument for that, which I think has a lot of value and is really valid. When it comes to Holocaust denial, it's a tool for German democracy to, suppress. I mean, that's what it is. That's what they're doing, to suppress sort of tendencies that would set Germany back, that would interfere with sort of like the healing process that's still going on. I feel that it's a very, and it's not easy to violate either. It's not like you say something among friends or even like on social media. They have to establish like proper cause, and has to be it has to meet certain standards. And German bureaucracy obviously notoriously very complex.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of checks and balances in there, and the value to still uphold the value of free speech and free expression without also allowing something like that, to fester and sort of like come up again. But of course, in certain subcultures, far-right subcultures that still exist in Germany, especially in Eastern Germany, that's still going on. People will say it, and they've come up, with all kinds of like cunning, tricks and methods to say it without saying it, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, and it's kind of, another thing that's against the law is, showing or portraying like symbols of National Socialism. But of course, a lot of these people on the far right marching, sort of, those anti-democratic forces, especially, again, unfortunately, especially in Eastern Germany, marching, they have Hitler tattoos, they have swastika tattoos, so they just put Band-Aids over it. So everybody knows they're Nazis and what they're doing, but they're following certain like speech codes, and they know exactly what they can show. They have their, their little codes, and you'd have and the German law and legislation, they're always like one step behind anyway, which is quite interesting. So because they're coming up with the number codes and like the 88 for Heil Hitler and things like that. So it's quite interesting to see, and these groups are under observation, and you can't, if they're a party, obviously there's always people trying to ban those parties, but that's very difficult because German democratic law just doesn't allow you, again, checks and balances, again, coming from our history, doesn't allow you to just ban a party. So that they have to like really make a case, really establish, these offenses that might lead to the party being banned, or a protest being banned, or whatever it is.